So, guys, Xircus hackers, are you ready? Where's the energy, guys? Come on. Okay, so next for our first team. Oh yeah, so first team to present is okay, so it's Team 4, Team GM, and for today they are going to present. Who's your presenter? Okay, so please come up here and now deliver. Okay, here's your microphone.
Okay, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jed, and along with my team members, Ellis, Denver, and Marian, we talk about how we can improve Airbnb, and not just improve, but to go beyond the possibilities when we integrate NFT tech and the blockchain. So first, let's examine. So our project is called NFThomes, Unlock the World One Blockchain-Enabled State at a time. So let's look at the problems Airbnb faces right now. Number one, high fees. So currently in the international Airbnb scene, most common payment processors are PayPal and Stripe. And you can see that their fees are, it might seem small, but in the grand scheme of things, it's quite big, considering it's percentage based. So meaning it scales with larger volume transactions, right? So what we want to do is we essentially want to lower the fees, and we believe that the blockchain can really help people save a lot, as in a lot. So how do we plan to do that? We plan to do that using our existing blockchain that has very fast transactions at a very low cost. So you might know Solana, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain. If you've ever interacted with any of these blockchains, you know that it's instant and the fees are almost less than $1 and some even less than a quarter of a dollar. So here we can already see that we mitigate the high fees provided by the payment processors, right? Okay, so moving further. So next, inefficient. So why did I say Airbnb is inefficient? It's inefficient because of the payment verification and payment processing. It's still manual, albeit some of it is already automated. But the manual process is the host has to confirm whether the renter actually paid. And when you think about it, if you own so many properties and you're renting out so many things, this is quite tedious, right? And for the processing, we know that when people pay, the host doesn't get it right away, right? Sometimes the bank takes from hours to days to weeks, and even so is the case when there is fraud or deception. So how do we fix this? We implement smart contracts, right? So what are smart contracts? Smart contracts are basically contracts that are self-executing and the condition is already inside the code. So one example of this could be, for example, when a customer books something, the code will trigger and the money paid, so in this case USDT or USDC or any form of stable, will directly be sent to the host. This means that we effectively eliminate the very tedious process of verification and processing. So it's blazingly fast and it's tamper-proof. So it's in a blockchain, everyone can see whether the host actually paid or not. So we are going for speed, and since we want to scale, this is a very important part of scaling. Alright, next it's centralized. So in the crypto land, if you don't know, most people would want to decentralize everything. And there are benefits to this and disadvantages, but for Airbnb, it being centralized means that we have to put trust, actually supreme trust in the platform, in the developer, in the administrator, that they will not purposely or unpurposely misuse the app. So what are some examples of misuse of the app. So for example, potential data breaches, right? So when there are data breaches, it can cost millions of people billions of dollars. So that's a very bad thing. One more thing, what if they suddenly want to sell our data? Like what Facebook did. And it might not be known to most of us, but there is a very deep industry of selling data. It's a very lucrative industry, and Airbnb can easily do this, right? If they choose to do so, right? One more thing, what if Airbnb decides to use fake reviews, right? So to make their platform better. So we want to decentralize it and make it very transparent and tamper-proof, right? So now, what's the market opportunity? We want to fractionalize NFTs, right? What is fractionalize? It means that there are a lot of people that own the real estate. So meaning, here are the advantages. Number one, low barrier. So anyone can pitch in money. You don't have to have $1 billion, million pesos to pitch in. So this means that there's a low barrier of entry to real estate investing. Sorry, I'm the mom because I only have a few minutes. Okay, number three, flexibility. Flexibility means that the property is not tied to a single individual, meaning there are more people making decisions, leveraging each other's capabilities and expertise. Number three, diversification. So for example, you have $1 million, right? Would you rather put it in one property or in two properties or in three properties? Because we all know that a property does not perform really well all year round. So we want to diversify. Right, so here's your home token. I'm going to show you. This is the allocations. This is the utility, payment, staking, governance, and I really don't have the time. Then access to exclusive features and discounts. Then how do you earn? Hosting, booking properties, and referring new users. Now, if you can scan this, so what we did is we leveraged existing Xircus framework and we built on top of that. So we use Next, Chakra, and Tailwind. So we'll show you our site. So this is what our site looks like. Find your dream home. So we have featured listings. We have a search feature, filter, and then if you click the featured listing, we also connect wallets. So that's a Xircus component that we're using. So if you want me to steal your money, you can connect your wallet. Just kidding. So if you open the featured listing, you can see featured listing muna.
You get an extra minute.
Okay, featured listing, you can see this is what it looks like. So it's very similar. So you have details, you have pricing, and you have the calendar, and you have reviews. Pretty anonymous, so it's defined by the user's wallet, as you can see the board name guy right there. So here's when you list a property. Overall, we believe that decentralized real estate can be very great for everyone. It democratizes real estate because right now the really high barrier of entry to real estate is quite saddening. And ultimately, we want everyone to have better opportunities in life. And lastly, I just want to take Xircus because of their framework. And I believe that right now it might not be the WordPress of Web3, but certainly in the next few years to come, they will enable growth growth never seen before. So I really believe in the platform, and I hope we can utilize the tech to enable more ideas, communities, and use blockchain in an ethical and effective way. Thank you.
The tokenomics went very quickly. Is it possible to get the tokenomics? Sorry. I want to see your approach, how you're approaching this idea.
20% transactions, 20%
Right. So based on your 20% community, so your approach is differently than how the current RP is currently doing, because it's driven by. Yeah. Okay, this sounds good. What I see is a balance in approaching the community through marketing outreach as well. Yes, important. So your strategy, your go-to-market strategy is through community and through aggressive marketing partially. Is that correct? Got it.
One more question? Okay, so I think the centralized aspect is a bit iffy for me personally. I know, for example, there is of like being anonymous as a broker, right? Because personally, I've experienced like some racism. Like when I asked to book like an Airbnb in San Francisco, like I have to go, I'm gonna be a scammer or no one there, so like that probably happens. But yeah, I think there are also benefits to centralization in that you can, for example, report about like certifications. Taking that out of the equation, right? One of the things or the major issue that we're trying to solve here with payments. And I'm curious actually why you wanted to recreate the entire platform instead of like creating payments.
Well, the high fees are mostly the business model of Airbnb, right? So by decreasing the fees, we get most of the fees we can redistribute to more people. That was sustain our token, right? And with more fees, we can enable, I guess, we can decrease the capitalism, right? Because what happens in capitalism is just people just get richer and richer and richer. So when we try to at least decrease that and give back to the community, we enable more social growth and reform.
Yeah, another question. Regulation-wise, have you thought about regulation for, let's say, the Philippines and the real estate market?
Yeah, I've thought about it, like the legal aspect of bringing a decentralized solution to a country that has not set up the proper infrastructure will provide be difficult. But since we are in Web3, we must think ahead in the future, right? So if ever this does not work, then we try to make it work, right?
Yeah.
So that's the spirit.
Great, gentlemen. Cool. Thank you very much.